Hope you enjoy everyone. Thanks for watching. And this is me giving my review on the new Samurai Jack series, Samurai Jack Season 5. Sorry for the delay, just been having a lot of problems over here. Anyway, let's get started. Samurai Jack Season 5. That premiere was awesome. It was like, bringing back Jack was one of the best decisions they could ever make. And the fact that they're being handled by Adult Swim right now means they can really level up. That means they're going to be a lot more mature and less kid friendly than it was before. I mean, one of the reasons why Samurai Jack, was so violent, but also was able to go through a lot of things is because they mostly meant they're fighting robots. That made things a lot easier. Fighting robots and monsters, well, not people. Genji Kurahashi, the creator of the series, he was a genius. And he was a genius with this series, too. I mean, he created other shows like Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, plus even the Star Wars Clone Wars series. The mini-series that came out in 2003. Not Star Wars The Clone Wars that came out in 2008. Just to confuse things. This premiere was pretty much the best. It's been 50 years since Jack has been around. But at time has stopped for him. Basically, he's now an immortal. Well, time, and he can't age. He's pretty much stuck the way he is. He spent all this time trying to undo the evil that Aku has done, and he had no success. If I would describe him, he is basically a Ronin at this point. You know what a Ronin? A Ronin is a samurai that's basically lost his way. One without a master, but he's also lost. He keeps fighting. However, there's a part of him that's still struggling with things. The way this episode shows that Jack has lost a part of himself in these 50 years. And the way the action was, we also get to see the story in the background of this group known as the Daughters of Aku. These are like assassins that were trained since birth to hunt down and destroy and kill Samurai Jack. In a way, you could say this. Hey, it's similar to how Jack, when he was a small boy, right, when he was training to fight Aku. You can see the similarities between that. And these guys, these are new characters. The series itself looks like it's off to a very good start. Now, not only is Jack, depressed, and he's still fighting, he's also lost one of his major advantages, his sword. Jack has lost his sword. A weapon that was forged by the gods themselves. It's a heavenly sword that's pretty much indestructible. And the only weapon on Earth that's capable of destroying Aku is now gone. It must have happened sometime in the past 50 years, and for him to keep, but despite that, he still keeps fighting. And Jack is not giving up. And I gotta admit, seeing Jack the way he went through all the feeling bad, all his moments, like struggling with himself, especially when he's having visions, hallucinating, seeing his father, his mother, people who are suffering, and seeing this man on. This gallant man, this horseman, this looks like this omen of death, I'll describe it. It looks like one of those ancient war horses, It looks like a samurai, looks like an old warrior or an old warlord clouded in armor, Seeing how Jack watched this, This episode was very good because at the same time we were dealing with Jack, we were dealing with the Daughters of Aku, who. Aku's, if you guys know this, that the voice actor who played Aku, Mako Iematsu, he passed away over 10 years ago, in 2006. So that's why you didn't hear his voice a lot. So they had an impressionist play his voice. They're probably going to use any leftover voice work from Mako to try to fill in some of the blanks, to re-edit, Aku, which is one reason why we don't see Aku much in the series right now. And this is a mini series. This is only going to be 10 episodes, and this is episode 1. This is very good. One of my favorite moments is that when Jack pays that assassin at the end, calling himself Aku's favorite assassin, the Pied Piper, if you will. The voice actor for him was Tom Kenny. You guys don't know him. Tom Kenny's also playing the voice of SpongeBob. He was involved in other stuff like Pokemon. Justice Heroes, and other shows, like that. Tom Kenny is a very impressive voice actor, and the fact that he got to play an assassin in this, he played assassins too. If you guys remember the episode Jack and Mad Jack, he played the voice of several bad guys at that time, which is pretty good. Seeing Tom Kenny as he facing Jack again it reminds me of the old series, because he did some work on that show too. There was also him, Kevin Michael Richardson, which is pretty good. The fact that Jack keeps on fighting and and he's struggling to accept what he has lost, it's pretty good, when you think about it. I really enjoyed this first episode, and seeing the parallels between this episode and the first episode, Jack growing up to become a fine warrior, and the daughters of Aku being raised as assassins. I don't think they're actually daughters of Aku by blood or something like that. I think they were just a cult that worships him, a group of warriors that just devoted their lives to Aku, because he is a kind of god in that world. Yeah, he does rule the world. When you think about it. Seeing how Jack went through all this pain and suffering. He is still a badass, and he's not helpless. And the way he rides on that that motorcycle, clouded in this weird armor, the way he handled that bladed staff, that staff weapon, the fact that he's using a gun, which is something we never got to see in the original series, I really enjoyed that, But the fight between himself and the assassin, actually, the one that talked too much, I forgot his name. Tom Kenny playing his voice, it's pretty good, because he played voices of other characters from Samurai Jack, and the fact that we're probably going to see Kevin Michael Richardson, I can't wait to see him again, He's definitely going to be my favorite, going to bring back some nostalgia. This brought back some nostalgia. If you are fans of the original series, you will like this, and it will be better because Adult Swim is handling it. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. I really enjoyed the series. Growing up as a kid, I really loved it, and I loved the premiere. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. This is my latest review on Samurai Jack. I'm gonna give you every review I have on the series. See you guys later. Bye.